Hey, we are back on the First and Goal podcast. Jacob, how are you doing today?
We're doing well. Last day of 2021. Rest in peace, Betty White. Pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, John Madden too this week.
Yeah, I mean, but that's actual news that we'll cover in this show. Betty White doesn't really have much to do with football.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I guess we can just jump right into John Madden. Heartbreaking loss, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think John Madden was the one that got me into football. At least the Madden football, like the Madden video games. I think I was a little bit too young for him as an announcer.
Yeah, he was right at like when I was starting to watch football. Just because I think he retired like in 03, 04 ish. Maybe a little earlier than that, but definitely the Madden video games are a big reason that our generation is attached to football as they are, getting us in at a younger age than probably our like parents did. Very sad stuff. I did see some disrespect to John Madden that kind of pisses me off on social media, saying that the video game caused racism, and I totally disagree with that. I forget what it was. It was some bullshit reasoning that didn't make any sense to me. Anyone who's arguing that, it's like the Keith Olbermann type fans.
Yes, fans.
Well, he has some trolls that are with him. So I mean, for them, you just need to shut up. Like, this is real sad news. Really, if you're gonna make a Mount Rushmore of football brains, people around football, John Madden's on that Mount Rushmore.
I agree. Anyone that says anything about John Madden, I mean, you see the guy. I don't think anyone can say that it's like racist or whatever it is. I don't know how a football coach can be racist.
It had something to do with the video game. It doesn't actually have to do with his coaching. I don't remember what it was. And
was it like that more white players are on the cover than black? I think that's more of an EA thing than anything. I think they just attached Madden on it, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, after like the arcade Madden video games, Madden was just the name on there. But the fact that Ask Madden is going to be a little different now. But yeah, regardless, if you're talking about the negatives of John Madden, get a life. Like, that's really what it comes to.
Like, great guy.
I've never heard a single person talk badly about John Madden until after he passed away.
I mean, isn't that what everyone does now?
And these people have like 10 followers, so they're all trolls.
Yeah.
So, oh well. Any other like sad news before we get into the current players, or anything else you want to add to the John Madden aspect?
I mean, yeah, it's just sad. Like, yeah, just getting our generation into it with the video games and such.
Oh yeah, you can easily say our generation is the most attached to football because of that game.
Yeah, so it's just sad news. I mean, the football world, even the NBA players were out there saying stuff like how sad it was for John Madden's loss, which, if NBA players are saying that, must really got not like.
I would say athletes of all sports, because I know Dana White even did a tribute for him. I mean, he's a sports icon. There's no right way else of saying it. It's the same thing as like Stuart Scott, Dick Vitale. Like, he's up there with those types of names. So really sad stuff. He's up there with like the Gretzkys. So regardless, very sad news. Rest in peace, John Madden. I believe he was 85. Into returning from injury news, Mike Evans will be returning from injury this week. So if you listen to our power rankings podcast / watched it on YouTube, you would know that my answers now are probably changing. I would probably no longer be putting the Bucs at 6, probably raising them up a little bit. Andy Dalton is returning for the Bears. Sadly, I don't know why we're starting Dalton over Foles. They said that Fields still isn't fully healthy, which no one is fully healthy. It's just another excuse for the Bears not to play Fields right now. Anyone else returning from injury?
It says here Lamar has a chance to play against the Rams, which, that could affect the line moving on, which we'll get into later, just our picks. But I mean, Tyler Huntley hasn't played bad for the Ravens.
Is he out of COVID protocol?
I didn't see anything on it. It's just like the top news that I see on NFL.com right now.
Honestly not sure how much it's going to matter. Who do the Ravens play this week?
The Rams.
It's not going to matter. Not going to matter to me. I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah.
But I think that's all the injury news. Hall of Famers were announced, or Hall of Fame finalists were announced. Big shout out to my boy, Devin Hester. The only issue I have with the NFL and the finalists is that they posted a picture of Devin Hester playing cornerback and not returning kicks. Now, anyone who watched the Bears knew that Devin Hester never played corner for them. I think he was listed as a corner for 2 seasons before transitioning to a wide receiver. So I'm not really sure why they would show a picture of him trying to guard someone, but that's the only issue I really have.
Yeah. I mean, my memories of Devin Hester are in those orange unis and him dancing around back there and finally taking it back.
Yeah, the Super Bowl. He was the first one to ever return the opening kickoff. And then I'm getting the list right now of the rest of the 14 others. It's just loading up for me. We'll kind of go through those real quick.
Yeah. So Devin Hester, DeMarcus Ware, Andre Johnson are the it looks like this is their first year of eligibility. Reggie Wayne and Torrey Holt are returning on it. Tony Boselli.
Yeah. Zach Thomas. He's deserving. Patrick Willis, Willie Anderson, Sam Mills, Jared Allen, Leroy Butler, Rondé Barber, Bryant
Ricky
Young.
Seymour. And Bryant Young.
Yeah, I think we named them all. Now they get 5 players and 1 personnel in every year? Is that what it is?
I don't know exactly.
Or is it I think it's just 6 inductees, maybe.
Maybe. Is it not? So it's not like what baseball does where they have to get a certain percentage of the vote to get in?
I don't think so, because they make such a big deal about the Hall of Fame game and everything. So I know they have to have someone get in. I think it's the top 6 get in.
Okay. So, I mean,
I think it's eliminated. They got to the top 15. I think you had to get a certain percentage of votes to stay on the ballot for to get into the finalists for next year, I think is what it is. So I think 6 of those guys will get in.
Okay.
That's how it works, which in that case, I think you're putting in Devin Hester in my mind.
I don't know.
Devin Hester as a first-year inductee is a little wild to me, but I mean, I'm not against it by any means.
If it's 5 players going in.
Zach Thomas, I would think, would get in. DeMarcus Ware is probably getting in.
Jared Allen
is probably getting in. Usually you get an offensive lineman.
I'd have Reggie Wayne over him or Torrey Holt personally.
The issue is we never saw someone like Devin Hester, and he definitely changed the game. I know you can say Josh Cribbs was part of that, but Josh Cribbs didn't put up nearly the numbers that Hester was putting up.
What about Desmond Howard?
Yeah, but that was before him. No one really they didn't have to change the entire rules of kickoffs and punts. And punting, how often do you even see them not put a ton of hang time on this or kick it right out of bounds because they don't want to get returned? I mean, there's other instances, don't get me wrong, it's not like Devin Hester is the only one that ever have punt return touchdowns. I'm sure Deshaun Jackson has a big part of that with the Miracle in the Meadowlands, but Devin Hester changed the game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, the 3 top kick returners I remember were Hester, Cribbs, and Dante Hall.
Yeah, Dante Hall's another one. I mean, they moved the kickoff 5 more yards because they didn't want more collisions in the field. That's partially because Devin Hester would run everything out of the end zone. I mean, I think it's hard to make that much of a difference maker, even if the stats don't technically back it up, even though he has a bunch of records. You have to put him in. If he doesn't get in on this ballot, though, I'm not too upset, but he will get in eventually.
I mean, for Packers fans, I don't think Leroy Butler's getting in.
You guys are going to have a couple Hall of Famers coming up, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I wouldn't be too worried about that one. You guys will have Clay Matthews. You guys will have Rodgers. I personally put AJ Hawk in, but that's just me.
I wouldn't. I would put
Packers all-time tackle leader. That's hard.
Yeah.
And with that historic of a franchise, that's a lot of tackles.
I mean, there's Jordy.
Jordy should get in.
I mean, Rodgers, whenever he retires, probably maybe Bakhtiari when he retires.
It's too early for that one, I think. Devontae Adams, if he continues on this.
He already set the Packers touchdown record.
So, I mean, you guys are going to have your guys coming in. We'll see what happens with some of these defensive players. Obviously, it's really too early for like a guy like Jair. Guy like Kenny Clark. Probably too early. So we'll see. Packers are going to have their share coming in. This is the last of the good Bears teams getting in. Unless Peanut Tillman somehow gets in the next couple years.
Hester played for the Falcons, Ravens, and Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah, he went off the deep end. I know he went to the Falcons first, I think.
Yeah, it says 2014-15. He went to the Falcons.
He had like one return touchdown.
Seahawks was 2016.
I think he had like one return touchdown after the Bears. But that's when the league changed. So I don't know. I think that's just about it. So I guess we can probably get into picks, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me pull this up. Starting off, obviously there was no Thursday night game. What's the lead that you have on me still?
So right now it is, I am 93, 96-1. You are 85, 104-1.
Nice.
So a 8-game lead with 2 weeks to go.
Very nice. Falcons at Bills. Bills favorited by 14.5. I'm going to take the Bills. I don't feel too confident about 14.5 though, but hey, I believe in Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'm going Atlanta plus 14.5. This just they're coming off a big win against the Patriots. This just feels like a Bills a little bit of a let-up game.
And not even let up. Like 14 is 2 touchdowns. They have to win by more than 2 touchdowns.
I think it's going to be about a touchdown game for it. I think Atlanta's a little bit better than what people give them credit for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like 14.5, but
you need to make up ground somewhere.
The Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Bears at home against the Giants. Bears favorited by 6. Every time the Bears are favored, nothing good happens, but I'm going to take them anyway. -6.
Yeah, I'm going the Giants plus 6.
All right, here we go. Comeback time.
Yeah, but I don't trust Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, to put up very many points.
Well, he knows that he has to play a little well just to make sure that he can get a contract next year for any type of money. So
he was only on a 1 year.
Yeah, he was only on a 1 year. Thank God. That's a thank God moment for Ryan Pace. Otherwise, we'd still have 3 quarterbacks on the roster next year.
But yeah, I mean, Danny Dimes, I think, is playing for a chance at a starting job. Joe Judge is playing for his job.
Matt Nagy, who knows? He might be coaching for his job.
Yeah, or coaching for his job for Joe Judge. I think this is going to be a close game for 2 bottom-feeding teams.
Chiefs at Bengals. Chiefs are favored by 4.5. I'm going to take the Bengals. Plus 4.5. I think the Chiefs win, but I think it's going to be closer than we think.
How is this not the Sunday Night Football game?
Yeah, I don't know.
You have the storyline of Patrick Mahomes against Joe Burrow.
Hey, but we can have what is it?
Sean Mannion versus Aaron Rodgers.
No, it's Sean Mannion. It's not Webb.
Yep, Sean Mannion.
Okay, well.
So yeah. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think that Chiefs pass rush is going to be able to get to Burrow, who's been the most sacked in the NFL this year. So give me KC plus 4 or -4.5.
In case you don't know, I'm actually just going the opposite of what I think you're gonna pick. So I have any chance of making a comeback. As long as it's logical. I'm gonna take the Packers when it comes to that, but Dolphins at Titans. Titans minus 3.5. Give me the Dolphins. Continue the win streak. Get the 8 in a row.
And that's 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, give me Miami plus 3.5.
Well, that's
Tua's playing really good ball to end the year. That O-line needs to get fixed, but he has some weapons around him, and that defense is playing a lot better. And Ryan Tannehill's been a little. I think he's 4-3 since Henry went down.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me Miami.
Raiders at Colts. Colts are favorited by 7. I think the Colts will win this game. 7 seems like the right number, so I'm gonna go Colts minus 7.
Yeah, I'm going Colts minus 7 as well. I mean Carson Wentz, he is on the COVID list, but because of the new rules, he's unvaccinated. He is eligible to come back with, I think, like no symptoms and a negative test 24 hours before the game.
He'll have it.
So yeah. Give me Indy minus 7 here. I think they're just going to keep rolling behind JT and that defense.
The Jacksonville Jagbags versus the New England Patriots. Patriots favored by 16. I'm gonna go Jaguars plus 16. I mean, it's just too stupid of a number. Like, this isn't a college game.
So Patriots coming off a tough loss against the
They're going to bounce back. They're going to win this game. But 16? Then again, 17 is pretty easy to get to.
Yeah. Rookie quarterbacks do not play well against Bill Belichick coach defenses.
Nope.
And Trevor Lawrence has not played well all year.
Correct.
So yeah, give me New England.
They also don't have
16.
James Robinson.
Oh, nice.
Because he got injured last week.
As long as Mac Jones doesn't turn the football over, I think I can see New England winning by 3 scores pretty easily.
Yeah. Tom Brady goes on the road to play the Jets. Brady and the Bucs are favored by 13. He owns New York, so I'm gonna go minus the Giants, really. I'm gonna go Buccaneers minus 13.
Yeah, give me the Bucs minus 13. I think Zach Wilson's just going to get harassed back there.
Yeah, and I like Salah, but I just don't see them winning this game.
Yeah, I think the talent gap's too big. I mean, Wilson's been playing better to end the year, but with Mike Evans back, the Jets do not have any corners that I can see stopping. I think AB is back too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see them stopping.
AB was back last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see them stopping the Tampa Bay offense. So yeah, give me Tampa minus 13.
Eagles at Washington football team. Eagles are favored by 4.5. I just think Ron Rivera is too good of a coach to let them get off the way that they did last week. I'm going to take Washington plus 4.5. Also, Taylor Heineke might be playing for a job. I'm not really sure what their whole plan is over there, but I think Heineke knows if he wants to have any chance of starting anywhere next season, he has to play well these last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, Philly's fighting for a playoff berth right now. Who would have thought I'd be saying that at week 17 of the regular season?
Yep.
But yeah, give me Philly minus 4.5. I don't believe in Jalen Hurts, but this roster is more talented than I gave him credit for.
Yep. The defense is really good.
Yeah, and the defense for the Washington football team is not good.
Not without Chase Young.
Yeah, so give me Philly minus 4.5 here.
Rams at Ravens. I already said it didn't matter who was quarterback for the Ravens. Rams minus 5.5. Easy pick. I'd also take OBJ to score a touchdown in this game.
Yeah, I like the Rams minus 5.5 here too. I think they're too athletic. They're athletic enough. If Jackson is back to stop him, which he's not going to be 100% if he's likely to play or he's probable to play. So Yeah, I like the Rams here to win. Stafford's playing unbelievable ball.
Broncos at Chargers. Chargers are favored by 7.5. I think Vic Fangio's coaching for his job, and this just seems like a Chargers letdown season, just like they always do. They always start off real hot, they lose it at the end, or lose first round of the playoffs. I'm gonna go Broncos plus 7.5.
So after getting embarrassed by the Houston Texans last week, I think Herbert's going to have a bounce back game. I think that defense is going to step up against Drew Lock and that Denver offense. So give me the Chargers minus 7.5 here. I just think they were embarrassed last week and they're going to come out with a fire for a divisional game.
Yeah. Texans at 49ers. Niners are favored by 12.5. Obviously, Niners are coming off a tough loss. No Jimmy G. Do we know?
Yeah, Jimmy G's out. Or he hasn't practiced all week.
I'm going to go Texans plus 12.5.
Yeah, Trey Lance did not look good his first start.
This is another battle of rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, Davis Mills, him and Mac Jones have looked like the two best quarterbacks this season, rookie quarterbacks this season.
I know.
Let me say that, rookie quarterbacks, not quarterbacks. But yeah, if Trey Lance is playing, and Jimmy G's been out all week, I think the Texans can pretty much load up in the box and hope to stop the 49ers that way. So yeah, give me Houston plus 12.5, which they are playing for David Culley.
I think so too. I think they like him.
Yeah.
Cardinals at Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a stomping. They're favored by 6. I'm going to take Cowboys again. I think the Cardinals are losing it.
So I heard a stat today that was Arizona has not let up 300 yards net passing in a game this year.
It's going to change this week.
But I'm going the Cowboys. I think they're hitting their stride at the right time. Somehow Mike McCarthy seems to have fixed what he did in Green Bay. You know, or maybe Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn are just that good of coordinators. But yeah, give me Dallas.
That really could be it.
Here.
I think it helps when you have good coordinators around you.
Yeah.
So Panthers at Saints. Saints favored by 6.5. I think that as long as Cam Newton's this quarterback, I don't think it matters. I'm going to take Saints minus 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going New Orleans minus 6.5 as well. I thought Carolina had a chance at a playoff berth at the beginning of the season. They were the way they were playing, but they just. I think they quit. I think they've quit on Matt Rule.
I think you know my answer to this one. I'm going to see if you know it. Lions at Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 7.5.
Oh, you're going Detroit minus 7 or plus 7.5.
Definitely. Dan Campbell, bite some kneecaps, especially with that offensive line that's so bad. So,
yeah, I mean, the Seahawks lost to the Bears last week. Weren't they up by like 10 going into the fourth?
Yeah, they missed a field goal. That's really the reason they lost.
But yeah, I think this is a bad team that's playing for their head coach.
And the Seahawks are definitely not playing for the head coach.
But yeah, so give me Detroit plus 7.5 as well. I think Seattle can still win this game, but I think it's a field goal game.
Do we even have to say anything about the Sunday night game?
What's the line?
13.
It's a battle of the quarterbacks. Sean Mannion versus Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, when you think of great quarterback battles, this one's going to go down in the record books for sure.
Right up there with Joe Webb versus Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
Exactly. Or Caleb Haney versus Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
Hey, that was their third quarterback that game.
How about that year the Raiders went to the playoffs, and I can't even remember who was the backup for Derek Carr when he got injured.
Matt McGloin.
Yeah, he started a playoff game. That's amazing. So I'm going to take
either that or Christian Hackett. No, it was Matt McGloin.
It was Matt McGloin. I'm going to take Packers minus 13. I hope Sean Mannion makes me upset, and I hope they win this game.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you want to know why I hope they win this game? I hope to God. Not because I want to see the Packers lose, because I really don't care at this point anymore, because they're going to win the division and they're going to win, or they already won the division. They're going to win the 1 seed. If the Bears win out and the Vikings lose, we get the second place schedule for no reason. That'd be the worst case scenario. Why would we ever want that?
You don't want to play Arizona next year?
No.
But yeah. I don't think Sean Mannion can stretch the defense the same way Kirk Cousins did. I know Dalvin Cook's coming back this week, but I feel like Joe Barry's just going to stack the box and make Sean Mannion beat them. So yeah, give me Green Bay -13.
Browns at Steelers. Browns favored by 3.5. I think with the long week, it's going to help them a little bit. I mean, it's only an extra day, I think. Yeah, extra day. Extra 2 days, really. I think Baker is going to get a little bit more healthy, and they're going to try to make the playoffs. So I'm going to go Browns -3.5.
Yeah, I'm going Browns -3.5 as well. They almost beat the Packers with Baker throwing 4 interceptions. I know Bleacher Report for this game, they're like perfect picks. They had, how many picks will Baker throw in this game? I put 2.
Oh my God, you're a bitch.
But yeah, I just think Cleveland's way more talented than Pittsburgh.
Especially
I
on
think
defense.
and I think Big Ben's just especially that O-line for Pittsburgh.
He did publicly say, though, this is his last game at Heinz Field as the Steelers quarterback.
He did or didn't?
He did.
Okay. But yeah, so I think Big Ben's just kind of trying to get done with this career. I mean, if they make the playoffs, he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer when he comes in or when he comes up for it. 2-time Super Bowl champ. I think kind of revolutionized the game at the start of at the start of his career, giving a lot of those big body quarterbacks, I think having like the potential what they could be. But yeah, give me Cleveland -3.5. I think they're just too talented for the Steelers at this point.
How many differences in picks did we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
There's no way I'm gonna win this. There's 0 chance. All right, well, that was productive. Good season. You're gonna win. So, and how many games was I back?
8.
All right, so I have to go 6 now. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, well,
you need the Bills, Bears, Bengals, Jaguars, Washington football team, Denver Broncos, all to cover.
All right, well, that was fun. If you guys like UFC, listen to our Ground and Pound podcast. Follow us on social media and on YouTube if you want to see the visual version of this. If you are streaming this on one of the podcasting platforms, you get to see our ugly faces week in and week out. If you guys like college football, tomorrow, the first episode of Campus Chat will be coming out. It'll be kind of a preview episode because it'll be kind of on and off. We don't have a set schedule for that, for Gars to be debuting his episodes. He's going to kind of just introduce it, and then we'll kind of do on and off episodes throughout the spring practices into summer, and then coming up on next year, that's when it'll be weekly, as well as a second episode every week with his picks. It'll be actually a whole college game day type setup. So we'll actually have more than just him on that, but to start it off, it'll be just him, and I'll be kind of assisting him as he goes through this journey. If you guys are gambling, gamble responsibly. We're not responsible for your winnings or losings. And I think that's it. Do you have anything else you want to add, Sam?
Let's go Bearcats.
What's the score in that game now?
17-16, but Bryce Young just threw an interception and Cincinnati's at like midfield.
17-16, I turned off.
Or 17-6, my bad.
Oh my God.
Did you bet on Bama?
Yeah, minus 13.5. Oh my God. You freaked me out there for a second. I was like, how did they score that quick? All right, yeah. So that's it. That's everything we got. All right. We'll see you guys next week. I did not mean to do that. We'll see you guys next week. And follow us on Twitch. I'll be probably streaming today and tomorrow. Yeah, today and tomorrow because you're listening to this on Saturday. Perfect. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Yep. See ya.